us. So, hello. Happy
Hi,
election day.
guys.
Oh, for those of you who don't know, this is Shannon. You may have known her from some of my videos.
Hi.
Shannon Hargrave. Tell them about your rank and stuff because I don't even know.
Oh, that doesn't matter. I'm a two-time elite coach. I don't really like to focus on rank personally. That's why, because
I think our
a
team
couple
doesn't
different
really
business centers. So I know some people are so focused on like rank and recognition. I build for volume and income. So I'm 7-star in one business center, 4-star in the second, 4-star in my husband. So it's
damn girl.
I don't like talking about rank. I build for volume, you know.
But yeah, and actually that's a good thing to talk about because there are two ways that you can build your business.
Yeah.
Like you can build for volume, which is it's better for your income.
It's better for your income. Yeah.
Which is what I'm actually doing right now too and have been for the past year. And or if you like if you're motivated by shiny things, recognition and stuff like that, you could do the other thing. Oh, doggy. All right.
We're like squirrel.
Yeah, we're both really ADD, so this might be an entertaining call. Also, let's welcome Ashley on her first call ever.
Yay!
And hi, Sandy, with the hat on. I feel nice and warm over here.
It's freezing.
You guys should be happy because you don't have to hear me complain about how cold I am yet. I complain every day.
Aw, that's why I need to move here.
It's 70 degrees in my condo, so I don't know why I'm cold, but
yeah, it happens.
That's like me. I'm always cold.
All right, so let's talk. So Tammy's not on here right now, so maybe is she coming or no?
She had to cater to the hubby, so she's going to be very happy that you're recording.
Okay, cool.
Yeah, we can talk about it.
All right, so Tammy wanted to know about going live, and so did Ashley. They hate it. So what do you think about that?
Well, okay, so I don't know if you know me, you know that I'm very shy, or I was very shy. Should we tell them the story really quick?
Yeah, tell them the story.
So when Jamie and I met, it was at the cruise. So I signed up as a coach, I think around the same time as Jamie, somewhere around there. And so my first time meeting anyone Beachbody related was at this cruise, like 6 months, or no, more than 6 months, 8 months maybe after I signed up as a coach. Went on this cruise. I was one of Melanie's diamond coaches, so was Jamie. So she invited all of her diamonds out to a dinner. So we went to the dinner, and she kind of put us on the spot, and she was like, okay, I'm going to go around the table, and I want everyone to talk about why they decided to become a coach. She starts with me. You guys, this was like 3 years ago. I had the worst social anxiety ever. I was put on the spot, and I literally froze and could not speak. And I was like, and I felt like I was humiliated. So she's like, okay, I guess we'll skip you and come back. So the whole time everyone was talking, I'm like trying to figure out how I can get out of this. Well, I didn't even end up speaking when they came back to me. My husband spoke for me. It was so embarrassing. Anyways, so Jamie came up to me later and was like, I totally know how you feel. Like, I have anxiety too. The whole time I was waiting for you thinking like, oh, she's so pretty. Like, why is she nervous? Like she was just so nice. And so that's just to show you like how nervous and like shy and stuff I was. Like, I didn't even want to get on Melanie's team calls because her new coach training calls, because it was such a small group and I was afraid she was going to call on me and put me on the spot to speak. And I would, I just know that's how I am. I freeze up. So I would call in so you couldn't see me, so I could like have an excuse like, oh, I couldn't find the unmute button or something like that, So I went from that to, and the whole point of me telling you this is because live videos, that's scary to me too. But look, you saw me get on today, and like, it's not something I do all the time like Jamie does. I need to like take small steps. So having Jamie here made it so much easier. So you'll notice the only times I've ever went live on my page is when I'm with friends, because I feel more comfortable. And eventually by taking these little steps, it's going to allow me to finally start doing it on my own. But I didn't go from being nervous to speak in front of those 8 people to, leading my own Super Saturday and getting on stage at a Super Saturday event for Melanie. I spoke at her summit event. I spoke on stage in front of hundreds of people. So I went from that story I just told you to that. So my whole point is like, yes, it's scary going live, but you have to start somewhere. So practice by going live in your challenge groups. Practice by going live in your own team page. And then, you know, pick a topic when you're ready to go live on your own personal page or your like page. Pick a topic that you're so super comfortable with. That you just feel like, you know, you're passionate about it, like it's just gonna flow, you know, make it short and sweet, and just, you have to take those steps one by one, but as you go you're gonna get more comfortable, but you have to take those small steps to get there.
You guys know that it's like stepping outside of your comfort zone. But I mean, you all know my story is basically like so similar to hers, which is why when I saw her at that the cruise, I was like, what, are you kidding? Like I totally know how you feel. But same story with me, like we spoke at the same summit thing with Melanie, both of us, and it was scary, but guess what? After you do it, actually, as soon as you get up there, don't you feel like within like a couple minutes, you're like, all right, I got this.
You feel so good afterwards. And it's so weird to say that. That's something I never in my entire life imagined that I would like do, you know, but it's like the most, like, you're so proud of yourself. It's like, I can't even explain the feeling that you have, just how proud of yourself you are for doing something that you were scared to do.
Right. And the more you do it, the better you get. Nobody's going to be awesome at first. And here's the bottom line is, it's your live stream. You can talk about whatever the fuck you want to talk about. You know what I mean? It's your page. You own that shit. So own it. And so Joe, her husband, was telling me, I think we got to read that article he was talking about, but Facebook is showing, you know, they're not really showing posts. I know that some of you have noticed your likes have gone down even since the last algorithm change. They're going to live videos. So, I mean, you've got to adapt with the times or you're going to be left behind. So, you know, just step out your comfort zone and recognize that the first couple of times it might feel weird, but after that, you'll be a pro.
And you're probably thinking, what the heck do I talk about? Okay, the other day, Jamie and Taylor were on there like twice. One time you were sitting on the couch, another time you were driving. And I found myself like I was watching it, and in my head I'm like, I mean, I love you, but at the same time I'm like, well, this is really dumb. Like, why am I still watching this? But I couldn't stop watching it. You know, I was so you know,
and one example, so the night we were on the couch, we talked about nothing. Even the thing said, hey, just stop scrolling and talk to us. 30 minutes about nothing. For about 30 seconds, I plugged the Force Challenge group, and I got a sale out of it, a challenge pack sale. So just goes to show you, you know, you don't always have to be talking about health and fitness. People just want to get to know you, and that's the beauty about live stream and where we're going is people get to see who you are and your personality and stuff like that. So
they get to like put a voice and a personality behind the pictures and the posts that they see, and it really does make such a difference.
Yeah, you guys know when you get people on the phone, it's like way better than just like typing something because they can tell you're for real. Same thing with the videos. Does anyone have any questions regarding that or anything you want to add to that? All I know is you do gotta get on that live because
I swear,
she's a burper.
Like I drink beer all the time or something. Like
maybe
it's burping.
I don't know. Okay,
I'm so classy, you guys.
All right. This next question is a good one from Ashley.
Okay.
All right. So, ways in which to combat the I want to do the program, but it's just too expensive for me comments in a way that makes customers not feel pressured into buying, but changing their thinking into why it's worth it to buy.
Okay. Are you gonna go or am I? You
can go because I'll just add.
Okay. So this is what I would say. Like, I'm pretending that you just said that to me. Oh my gosh, girl, I totally understand. I felt the same way at first, but you know what I found? Seriously, I used to take a multivitamin from GNC. They cost me like $50 a month. Well, about a month after I was drinking Shakeology, I decided to compare the ingredients. Dude, I am not even kidding. Every freaking thing in these vitamins, they were like one of the best, are in Shakeology. So right there, bam, $50 saved a month because I don't need to get those vitamins anymore because it's in my shake. What are you eating for lunch? What is a typical day of meals like for you? That's another question I like to ask. What's a typical day of meals like for you? Do you take a multivitamin? Do you drink coffee every day? You know, so that I know those three things because those are the three things that it saved me. Like I told you about the vitamins plus a meal. Obviously, you know, I was getting whatever I was getting for lunch. So how much does that cost me? $4 a day? Like honestly, a meal for lunch, even if you went to freaking McDonald's, a meal for lunch is going to cost you at least $4, typically more nowadays. So you could say lunch or breakfast, whatever, but you already have their list because you asked them, what do you typically eat for lunch? But first, number one, relate to them. I totally get it. I felt the same way. What do you typically eat for lunch? And then coffee. I was living off coffees, but after literally a week and a half of drinking Shakeology, I had more energy. I didn't need to live off the coffee. I still like the taste of coffee. I like to drink it, but I don't need it every single day to stay awake. So how much do you spend on a Starbucks? $5 or $6, right? So if people are drinking a coffee like I was every single day to stay awake, and they're saying Shakeology is expensive, you're getting the same effect plus more and all these superfoods and nutrients, so you just kind of have to put it into perspective for them. And then I also will say in there, like, well, you told me your goal was X, Y, and Z. Like I always am repeating what they told me their goal was. So I promise you, like, I say the things that I say. I tell them how this is going to help. Shakeology is going to help their specific things that they said. So I'll say it's going to help you with so-and-so, like XYZ, whatever they said, by doing this. So you just really want to relate to them and, and customize kind of what you say to what they're feeling and what their needs are.
And I think the important thing is when you get a concern like that, I don't like to type that answer back to them. I will use the voice message. And if somebody wants to get on the phone with me, then fine. And the thing with that is, like, as long as you know what you're saying and you believe in it, you got to let go of the whole, like, oh my God, I need this sale. Because once you get rid of that, you're not afraid to say it. Because when, I always say this, it's not a date, okay? It's not like you're asking the love of your life out on a date. You're just trying to give somebody something they want. And so, just get them on the phone and be passionate in your answer. And because I know you all drink Shakeology and believe in it, right? So why would you struggle explaining that to somebody else? Whether they want it or not. They don't want it, fine. They can come back to it in a year and waste a year's time. Or they can get it now. It's up to them. All right, let's see.
Think about it when you're talking to somebody about a great movie that you watched or an awesome restaurant that you went to. You don't feel like you're being salesy. You're telling your friends because you want to help somebody out. You're saying, hey, you guys, this is an awesome restaurant. You got to try it. And you're telling them about the food that you had and the service that you had and how awesome it was. Why? Like, don't be afraid to talk about that with Shakeology. You're helping your friend out.
And if they don't go to the restaurant, big deal. They're the one missing out on the good food, right?
Yeah.
Same thing with Shakeology.
You're not going to feel like, oh, I'm being salesy by telling them about this awesome movie.
I mean, granted, they're not buying the movie from you, but
still, you're still,
the same. It's like, all right. So Di brought up a good point too, like knowing your audience. If you know this person, like I get people who say, Shakeology is too expensive for me. And I'm like, oh, really? Where'd you go last night? The bar. I spent like $100 on beers. Oh my God. And I'm like, in 4 hours, you know what I mean? But you got to be careful, I guess, the way you say it. Because you don't want to scare people off. But yeah, exactly. Know your market and your customer and relay the message in a way like that, just like under the radar, but kind of is going to make them think.
And a lot of times I'll say it about myself. Like if they drink a lot of alcohol, I will say, you know what? I totally felt the same way. But when I realized that I was getting all these beers or whatever, like I realized what I was spending on beer. So I'll kind of like put it on me and be like, I learned from what I was doing.
And you were, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, me too.
Heck yeah.
Like I was spending all this money because $10 on a salad every day from the thing. And the salad was actually like fried chicken and ranch dressing. you know?
And that's the thing. Obviously, you're not going to make something up, but you can at least typically either you can relate to what they're saying or feeling, or somebody who has like a friend or another challenger or something. So if I can't personally relate, I will usually think of an experience with a different challenger and say, you know what? I had a challenger that was the same way, and she's cut out those beers and saved up her money for a month and she was able to get it or whatever. I'll think of something that I can relate. I mean, if you can't relate, you don't say it, but you get the point.
Yeah, we're not by any means saying like don't be real. You guys know TeamBStrong keeps it real.
I like it.
Fist bump. Bam. All right. Anyone else want to add anything to that? I did put you guys on mute, so if you have something to say, you can type it in the comments, or you can unmute yourself. And
one more thing. Write down all of your objections that you get and turn them into posts. Like turn them around so they address them before people start bringing them to you.
Yeah. And that actually ties into Angie's question about, writing a good post or crafting a good post. A lot of times, especially at the beginning, I would write posts about the objections that I got and I wouldn't say, oh, this person said this to me. I would just say it like as if, and turn it into, what's the word? Like combat the objection.
Yeah.
And, but make it into a story. I did post, Angie, underneath your comment, I posted a call that we did about crafting the perfect post, and hopefully that can give you some ideas there, because it goes about how I craft my posts, and I think it might have been helpful for some people. What do you see?
Go to Belle's profile real quick. I want to show them a post.
Okay. On her personal?
Mm-hmm.
Should we share the screen?
Yeah.
All right, we're going rogue on you right now. Can you guys see that?
It's a picture of like her neck and below.
What's that hat? I like that.
Oh, we got.
Oh, that's the autumn hat.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Here.
Sorry.
Just because I'll know where it's at. It's a little bit older. Not old, but sorry. I promise it's worth it.
No, it's good. I'm a visual learner. This is Val Boswell, by the way. She has some good examples on her page to go check out. She's somebody on our team.
Sorry.
It's my computer, too. Oh, apparently I have
right here.
CPU.
Right here. You want to read that?
Can you guys see this? Or is the computer messing up? Because it was saying I was using a lot of CPU, whatever that means. All right. So it says, when someone says, when I act it out, I don't do shakes, I used to say the same thing. When someone says, I like to eat real food, I say, me too. This is why I drink this, because it is whole foods. When someone says it's too expensive, I say, holy crap. I won't say holy calories. I said and thought the same thing before I opened my eyes and did the math. Nope, not expensive. $4 a meal, $4 for health, $4 to feel the best I've ever felt, $4 for my whole life to get better, $4 for my thyroid issues to practically change overnight, $4 for my hair to grow, $4 for my energy to come back, $4 for cravings to diminish, $4 for the bloat to go away, $4 for abs, $4 for muscles to pop, $4 to feel like what I'm doing is actually making a difference. How much are you spending on coffee, drive-thrus, meals out each week? Wow, mind opened, and it's just paying for the month of groceries all at once. What does that mean? Oh, because you get it the entire month.
Yeah.
When someone says, I'm just going to get the workout program and not the nutrition, I say, do you know that's kind of like brushing your teeth while eating Oreos? It's so awesome. Nutrition is the biggest hurdle. Let me help you overcome the reason why you're not seeing results. Off to drink my lunch and get my nails done and build my empire. That's awesome.
I share that in my team page.
And I like her outfit there.
Yeah.
Sorry guys.
So just an example of how you kind of overcome some of those. She overcome like all those objections in one. You don't even have to do them all like that. You can take each of those and make it into a separate post even.
Yeah, but that's pretty cool. And
yeah.
I mean, that's very entertaining, I think. I thought it was funny.
Yeah.
So, I mean, where were we going with that?
Just showing examples of how to overcome objections.
Overcoming objections, and then also, it's the best way. So even with objections beyond a post, like if you have a blog or you have a YouTube or you have an Instagram, I also will use that as an opportunity to write a blog post, because when you get that objection again in the future, you can share that with somebody. So I wrote a blog post, how I afforded Shakeology, and it basically is the same thing as you.
Yeah.
It's about
what's he doing?
I don't know. It's about like I got rid of the vitamins too, which I was spending $75 a month on, 2 coffees a day, bottled water, not even in a package, like individually at the store a day, which was like $1.99, and so on. So, it's just about how you think about things, and it's also you choose what's important to you and your priorities. All right. Let's see what else they wrote. Now I have to go back.
Oh.
That's good. I didn't see that. She doesn't pop up in my feed anymore. Okay. Okay. Sandy, people making dumbass excuses for being all yes, yes, yes when commitment day comes down to the wire. You mean people who are saying yes and then not pulling the trigger, right?
Call him a flake. Give him a thumbs up.
So I'm going to let you go first on that. I know my opinion.
Why don't you go first?
Okay. Well, Sandy knows my opinion on this.
Because I'm just like, peace out.
Yeah, that's the thing. You move on to the next. So on my way from Naples to Tampa, Taylor and I, the entire ride, we didn't listen to the radio other than our live streaming. We listened to my boy, what's his name? He swears.
Oh, Gary Vee?
Gary Vee. And he was like, and somebody basically asked this question in a similar fashion, but about their business, about like finding new business. And he said, don't waste your time on the people that aren't going to say yes right now. Move on to the next one. And because, Sandy, you know well, just as well as I do, that the people who aren't pulling the trigger but show interest will be back.
Mm-hmm.
You know this, so you just got to move on to the next. Let them know you'll be here when they're ready. Yep. Maybe you come back to them in 3 months, but just keep going. And they're a seed planted that kind of budded, but then went back in. Maybe it got cloudy or something, but they'll be back. You can't waste too much time and energy on those people.
Yeah. I mean, I always follow up with them sometimes. And also if they're like maybe ignoring you or, you know, giving you the runaround, like I'll purchase on this day. Sometimes like I will look and see what they told me their issue was. And if you find like a great article or something that could help them, send that to them. I think just showing them that you're still going to be here for them, even if they haven't like purchased from you, is always helpful too. But I'll just continue to like and comment on their stuff and treat it like a friendship and a relationship I'm trying to build. And like she said, they're going to come around 95% of the time. Like people who say no or not right now come around.
And you know, the thing about that is too, is if they come to you and they want to purchase and they don't, it's really nothing against you. And it's not that they don't actually want to. There's something internally that's holding them back, something psychological or, you know, some reason that they're not pulling that trigger. So the fact that, you know, if you can just internalize that and be like, yeah, this sucks and they're annoying, but deep down realize that, you know, they're either not ready or, you know, something's holding them back for some reason that you have no control over, and just be there for them as a coach and as a support, but, you know, not too much, like don't let them drain you.
Right.
And they will be back. And that's exactly.
Continue to be consistent with your posts. And it's going to be that one post that speaks to them and they're going to message you and be like, okay, I'm ready. It happens all the time, I promise you.
Oh, and Angie, I know a couple coaches, this never really happened to me, or at least that I noticed. They may have unfriended me and friended me without me noticing, but who have, people have unfriended them and been like, oh my God, you're so annoying with the Beachbody stuff, and then refriended them to ask about it. So
I've had that happen a few times.
Yeah, so I mean, guys, we got to grow a thick skin here. Like when I first started and people were giving me rejects, I would like, be so upset about rejections and shit, and then my skin just got thicker and thicker, and people are now like,
oh my God, I thought that was something jumping in the water. I just heard like that
we're
noise.
in front of a lake or something. Anyways, but now I'm just like, you know, when people say rude things, I'm like, it's never, if you read the 4 agreements, it's never about you. It's always about them, so we can't take things personally. Let's move on to the next. Okay, so struggling with a decent post, we talked about that kind of.
Do you have I have a social media guide, posting guide.
Oh, you want to share that with us?
Yeah.
That'd be great.
Yep.
Okay, how to change the want to do consistently without support at home.
Wait, what? How to change the want to actually doing it? Like I want to do it.
I would say, I think this is about herself. She's not on the call, but Pamela asked it. But I'm assuming that she means that maybe for her, how do you change the want to actually getting it done when you don't have support at home? I think that you just have to really remind yourself and focus on your why.
You do.
Is that what you would say?
You have to focus on your why, and you just have to communicate with your spouse and let them know like what you're doing, what your goals are, what you want out of this. Make sure they know your why and say like, this isn't going to take away from you. You know, I'm doing this for us. You know, this is my Beachbody time. This is our time. And just make sure you're really communicating a lot.
So this reminds me of something Taylor and I were talking about the other day too. So when we say focus on your why, if you're just like, I want to be healthy, that's not a deep enough why. You really have to start thinking deeper. What is that thing that made you join this? Like, what is the feeling that you felt so one way or another that made you join to become a coach or whatever it may be? And, you know, start going deeper and digging deeper into your why. Oh, she's joining on now.
So I talk about this a lot. So there's a difference between a goal and a why. So for example, if you want to be a stay-at-home mom, or you want to, help people, or you want to make an income of your own, whatever, that's your goal. What is your driving force? What is your motivation behind that goal? Like, why do you want to be a stay-at-home mom? Why do you want to help other people get healthy? There's a reason why you're passionate about this and why you want to do it. Was it something from your past? Was it, what is your reason behind wanting that goal?
So I don't know the exact story. So this is half real story, half Jamie made up story. But so I don't know if you guys ever heard this. And Sandy, I bet you're going to know exactly what I'm talking about. All right. So say there's you're at the Grand Canyon, right? And there's a little part where, say 100 feet across, it dips and it goes way down deep and it's scary. And somebody's like, I'm going to bet you $100 if you could jump over that. And you're like, fuck no, I am jumping over that. I'm not going to die and do that shit. And then you look over and your daughter's hanging off the edge of it on the other side.
Good.
What do? Do you say, fuck no, I'm not jumping over there? Or do you jump the fuck over and save your daughter?
I like it.
Guys, let me know what you would do. You let your daughter fall, or you jump over there and save your daughter?
Some powerful shit.
I would jump over and save my daughter. Because, jump the fuck over. Because it's all about what your reasons are. It's like reasons, or is that, I would relate that to a why, right?
Oh, absolutely.
Because before, if you're not just going to jump over this thing that could kill you just because, but when you have this deep-rooted why, if I don't jump over this, my daughter's going to die.
I'm not
just
going to
do it.
Yeah, I'm not just going to invite people and sit here and, waste a couple hours of my life, messaging people and starting these conversations. You have a reason behind it. And
if you don't right now, and you're like, I didn't think I had a why at the beginning. I didn't think I had a story. I didn't think that I had any of that. And as I went on, a big thing that helped me to understand it was, scary. What? It was a boat.
Oh, that was a boat?
Or something. Or a ghost.
Oh my gosh, this is kind of creepy. I never heard noises out here.
The personal development, guys, is going to get that brain activity happening to help you understand why we're here and what we're doing. And if you're not doing it, I'm not your teacher. I mean, you don't have to do it, but it's going to be pretty hard to move forward in this business and basically in anything you want to do if you're not doing that stuff. And I'm just being real with you. That's
personal development?
Yeah.
Oh my God. If I quit coaching right now, I would still do personal development every day of my life now.
Me too. I won't ever not do it.
It's changed my life.
And that's the first thing when anyone comes to me and they're like, I can't do this. I'm not motivated. I'm depressed. I'm like, do you do personal development? They're like, no. And so I turn people onto it and it legit changes them. My cousin Craig, he kind of didn't know what he wanted to do with his life. He didn't know. And so over the summer we went out to lunch and I turned him on to some podcasts and now he's all motivated and amped up and doing things, not in the coaching sense, but in what he wants to do, which is, selling vintage cars, which is so random, but he's doing that. He's listening to Gary Vee and it's motivating him to do things. So guys, if you're not doing it, you got to do it. And Pam, that goes into your question, turning the want to into the do. I'd say personal development is a huge piece of that.
Mm-hmm. Definitely.
Daily. Even if it's 5 pages a day, guys, come on. You can't tell me you don't have 5 seconds on the toilet to read 5 pages. Take a little longer poop. You know what I mean?
Or do audio while you're driving, while you're in the shower, while you're cleaning, while you're cooking. There's so many times.
Plugs in.
Yeah, while you're working out, whatever works best for you. You can't tell us that you don't have, 10 minutes to just listen to something.
And that goes back to, are you going to jump over the cliff to save your daughter? Do you want to sit there and complain about whatever it is, and say, why can't I do this? Why can't I do that? Or do you want to do it to get to the next level of your life? Because all of you are capable of, reaching your full potential, whatever that may be. That may not be, professional beach body coach, but whatever that may be. And the way you get there is by doing these things that we're talking about.
Yep.
That was the last question. So I want to hear from you all. What are the questions you have? What you want to talk about? Sandy, you're awfully quiet over there.
She's over there
I always call it
or something.
No, she is.
You got us muted. How can we be anything but quiet?
Well, you weren't even paying attention to us.
I was listening.
She has two screens.
Oh.
I kind of have 3 right now.
Oh, really?
You guys are on my tablet, and then there's the 2 monitors over there. So there's,
Okay. And why now is being at home and working for myself is so much better than working for someone else. That's kind of mine too. I can't imagine going back and working for somebody else ever.
And we started exactly where you guys are.
Yeah. And guess what? She grew a lot faster than I am and is still ahead of me, but I'm in a good spot. Like, I'm way ahead than I ever thought I would be, like, coming into this. I'm significantly growing. There's a tortoise, tortoise in the hare. The tortoise wins the race as long as you don't quit. And
So you saying you're going to beat me then in the end?
potentially, potentially. Just kidding. But, guys, as long as you're – okay, one last thing, actually, I want to talk to you guys about. So Taylor and I are driving. Like I said, we were in the car all day yesterday, and we're talking about hitting I really wanted to hit Success Club 10 before we leave tomorrow morning for our trip because we're going to be in Tony Robbins all weekend. And guys, it's 15-hour days. It's like one of the days said 8 a.m. till 11 p.m. Right?
God, yeah.
So I'm like, I really want to hit it before I go, but we're in the car, and I'm like, you know what's funny? And this is exactly what I said, and it's going to sound so stupid, but I was like, I feel like if you just like, because Sandy said a great thing the other day, and I'll tell you, but they were all. So I'm like, I feel like if you just do your workout and then drink your shake and listen to your personal development and then like start conversations with people, then I'm going to be fine. And Taylor goes, you mean do the 4 vital behaviors? And I'm like, yeah, because we were in the car all day and we had already done our workout in the morning and I got to make a video while we were in the car. We drank our shakes together. We had healthy food. We talked about it. And then we listened to podcasts on the ride to Tampa. And then when I got here, I started 20 new conversations. And so I wasn't worried that I wasn't going to hit my Beachbody goals, because if I do this every day for the entire month, it's going to happen. As long as I do it every day for the entire month.
Yeah.
And it really just comes down to those 4 vital behaviors, and they really are just so easy, because that's why we're all here, right?
That's right.
Because you already do those things. Just got to be consistent.
I always include posting and adding new people in my invite section of my 4 vitals.
Yeah.
Consistently add new people, consistently post every single day.
And the kicker for me was I remember having this conversation with Melanie like a couple months into the business and being like, I just don't know what to do. Like, I can't get anyone to buy like a challenge pack. Nobody wants to join my challenge group. And
you're one of those.
Yeah. And she's like, I promise you, if you consistently post 3 to 5 times a day for the next 3 months, that you won't have this problem. And so I was like, all right, what do I have to lose? I'm going to try it. And I did. And I never, ever, ever had that problem ever again.
Yeah.
I'm going on month 36 of being in Success Club. So like, I believe that was 36 months ago.
Yeah. If you can't do anything else, post consistently. I mean, people will come to you if you do that. I mean, you need to be doing the other stuff, but that is like the number one thing.
Yeah. And not just, we talked about this, like, you wouldn't call your boss and be like, hey, I know I'm on the schedule all week, but I might come. I'll show up next Thursday, and I'm actually going to skip that team meeting. And yeah, and oh yeah, can I still get paid? Like, fuck you, your boss should be out of there real quick. Just because you're your own boss does not mean that you don't need to do that. So, sorry for the F-bombs, guys.
She's getting excited.
No, we always swear. It's an open community here. All right, well. Is there anything that y'all would like to talk about with us? Because I just want to open it up, and if not, let you guys go watch that crazy election. Their faces. Listen, I really hope, and I know this will, I love going to these things like I'm going to this weekend with Tony Robbins, because when I get really excited and passionate, I get really amped, and I can transfer that to you guys. And I've been waiting and really anticipating going to this conference because of that reason, so I can, come back to you guys and just hopefully transfer my energy to you. So I will be kind of MIA. I feel like it's going to be hard to be online and be checking in from Thursday, maybe even tomorrow, because we're flying, to Sunday. So if we're in groups together, if you guys could maybe just like pick up the slack. I have scheduled whatever post supposed to be doing. I've already done that, but know that I'm missing for a good purpose and to bring you back some a wealth of knowledge. Right? Yeah. Is that it? You can unmute yourselves.
They're taking it all in.
Hope you ladies have fun. Thank you, Ashley. Yeah, I can't wait either.
I'm excited.
I'm doing my Ultimate Fearless Friday.
We're gonna walk on
Thursday
fire.
night. Yeah, we're totally walking on fire. I'm freaking out, guys. I Googled it. I shouldn't have done this. I Googled it the other day, and everybody's feet were burned.
No.
Not like burned like that, but they were showing
Dude,
off.
I did it. I'm fine.
I know.
I'm alive.
Just don't Google shit before you do it. That's all I gotta say.
That's what I do. If something's wrong with me, I'm like, WebMD.
Yeah, no.
Oh my God, I'm freaking dying of, whatever.
All right.
Don't do that.
Well, hey, listen, if you guys are in Coach Basics, if you're in a challenge group, show up this month. It's really important to show up for yourselves and for your challengers because, this is a time where your brain can be elsewhere, but just make a commitment to show up. Coach Basics is going to help you move forward. So just make sure you're checking in.
2 minutes to log in and read that post.
Ty, what's so funny, girl?
Oh, Amy just got home and I texted her something. It just didn't make sense.
All right.
I'm tired.
We're gonna let you guys go to sleep then.
No, we gotta watch the election.
Girl, that's gonna be real late, don't you think?
It's not going well.
Okay. Well,
Moving to another country.
I actually want to move to Italy if anyone wants to come. All right.
I'm pretty sure I might move there.
Angie, go rock your workout. We will see you guys later. Feel free to message me over the weekend, and when I have time, I will return messages. So if you do have a problem, just know that I won't be able to return it right away, but I can still be there for you. Also, I'm sticking to my plan when I go there. I already have Jeanette's already food shopping for us for the whole 30, so we've got that going on.
I've been tempting her with sweets, and just try and break her, but
right? What a bitch.
It's not happening. She's going strong.
All right, guys. You all have a very good night, and just keep up the good work. I mean, I'm so proud of you guys. Like last week on that shout out, we have to make a big. I can't use the square anymore. I have to make a big. Yeah, so I'm definitely, awesome. I'm like so proud of you guys. So just keep doing what you're doing. I've seen some great posts. Lynn and Aaron, I know they're not on this call, but I saw theirs pop up and the rest, I've seen the other guys too. And remember, we're still doing the team spirit. So don't forget, hashtag Team Beachbody Team Spirit, hashtag Team BStrong. I think that's a hashtag. And let's just rock it. We're doing a great job. So
bye guys. Thanks for having me.
Yes. Follow me. Instagram now and follow you. All right, guys. Yes. Have a good night. Bye. Thank you for two.